So in today's video, I'm going to be answering a question which I've been getting a lot, and that is, if I start selling on Amazon, how soon can I start making money? Now, this is going to upset some of you, but the truth is, you're not going to be pushing a Lambo or rocking a Rolex after a few months of selling on Amazon. Trust me, I wish it was that easy, but I've been busting my ass the last year trying to get my first Aston Martin, and unfortunately, it takes some time. You really have to dedicate yourself and you have to build a real business. Actually, wait, why am I saying unfortunately? It's not unfortunate, sorry. So it's good that it's not easy. You guys have to realize this. It's good that it's not easy, because if it was easy, you wouldn't appreciate it. And you also wouldn't become better throughout the process, right? It's the process of going through all the hard shit, of going through the struggles. That's what's gonna make you better. That's what's gonna build your confidence. It's gonna build your character, and that's what's gonna turn you into that person you wanna be. Anyways, getting back to the question, which is, if I start selling on Amazon, how soon can I start making money? Now, I think when people ask this, they're really asking two things. Number one, how soon can I start being profitable? And then number two, how soon can I start paying myself? So let's talk about profitability first. How soon can you become profitable on Amazon? Well, I've had products where I've literally launched them, and from day one, I'm profitable. Meaning I launch a product and from day one, I'm making money. But I've also had situations where it took me 3 or 4 weeks to become profitable. Something you need to remember is when you first launch your product, you're gonna be doing something called PPC, which stands for pay per click. Essentially just advertising. So you're paying money to get your listing shown to people. And every time they click it, it's costing you money. And this is a very effective way to get sales. Now, at the beginning, you're not really too concerned with profitability, at least I'm not. I'm more concerned with just getting sales, because the more sales I get, the more higher I'll rank organically. So the first few weeks, your ads may not be the most profitable, but eventually, once you start ranking at the top of specific keywords high enough, you'll start getting organic sales, and then you can start optimizing your PPC. You know, that could take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks to finally become profitable. Now, in some cases, if your product really sucks, it may never become profitable. So it doesn't matter how much money you spend on PPC. If your product sucks, people aren't buying it, and then you're never profitable. That's worst case scenario. So now let's talk about paying yourself from the business. But before I answer this question, I want you guys to imagine one thing. Imagine that you're launching this clothing brand, and let's say you buy 500 t-shirts, and within the first month of launching this t-shirt brand, they sell out. Everybody loves your product. It's a freaking hit. So now let's say you bought 500 t-shirts. On every t-shirt, you made $5 profit. So you made $2,500 profit within a month. And so now you have $2,500 profit in cash, but you have no more t-shirts. Are you just gonna take the $2,500 and run away? No, obviously not. You're gonna wanna keep selling the t-shirts because you found a product that people want. But this time, you're probably gonna wanna buy more inventory to be able to keep up with the demand. So what you're gonna have to do now is you're gonna have to take the $2,500 in profit that you made and reinvest it back into the business to buy, let's say, 1,500 t-shirts this time. And this is exactly what Amazon FBA is like. In the beginning, you're gonna have to keep reinvesting your profits back into the business, or else the business isn't gonna grow. And that's obviously not what you want. Now, eventually you're gonna hit a point where, you kind of hit this equilibrium where you know consistently how many sales you're making every month, and you're gonna know how much money you need to keep in the business to make sure you have the inventory to maintain those sales. And then at that point, you can figure out how much you can start paying yourself every month. From my experience, that usually happens around 6 to 8 months mark. It really depends on the business, but I think 6 to 8 months is a conservative number to say. Now, with that being said, it also depends on the person. It depends how aggressive you wanna be, because maybe you wanna scale your business. For example, let's go back to the clothing brand. So let's say 6 months have gone by, the t-shirt sales are doing good, now you're making a bunch of profit, but now you've decided, hey, why don't I launch some matching shorts to go with it? Or let's throw a sweater in there. So now you gotta invest more of your profits that you're making to buy these shorts, to buy these sweaters, to launch these products. So what are you gonna have to do? You're obviously gonna have to take those profits, not pay yourself, and reinvest them back into the business. But obviously, if you do that, then what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna start making more money, you're gonna make more revenue, which in the future, you could start paying yourself more profit. Are you guys following me? So for example, let's say you're making $10,000 a month. Are you just gonna stop there and just pay yourself like a few grand a month? Or are you gonna say, hey, let me just sacrifice a little bit. Let me keep reinvesting this money back into the business, and let's get to a point where I'm making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. And now rather than just paying myself $2,000, $3,000 a month, I can pay myself like $10,000, $15,000 a month. Right? Because it's going to be difficult to get to that $30,000, $50,000 a month if at $10,000 you're just paying yourself and taking all the money out of the business and not reinvesting it. And I'm telling you guys this from personal experience, because this is exactly what I did with my first brand, because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. All I was focused on was building this brand, and then sweet cash flow every month, cash flow every month. But then what obviously ended up happening was the brand wasn't freaking growing, because I was more focused on paying myself, rather than investing into PPC, scaling, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what ended up happening was, I still end up selling the business for 300 grand and made a decent amount of money. But if I had been smarter, if I knew what I knew now, I could have freaking sold that brand for like 1 million, 1.2, 1.5 easily. It's worth that now. I'm still in conversation with the guys who own it. They're probably going to sell that brand for at least 1.5 to $2 million. And all they did was just invest more into the brand, invest into PPC, things that I didn't know at the time. So I'm telling you guys from personal experience. But at the end of the day, it depends on the person. It depends on you, how you want to run your business. Some people may just be happy with a few $1,000s a month, which is totally fine. So you can start paying yourself that within the first year. But if you want to keep building, the longer you can sacrifice and the longer that you can keep reinvesting back into the business, the bigger payday you're going to get. And this is why I highly recommend keeping a full-time job at the beginning, just like I did. The first 2 years I had my brands, I was selling real estate full-time. So if you have your job and you're not relying on the Amazon income, you can definitely sacrifice for longer and go for the bigger payday. Actually, that's one thing I should also mention, guys. The best part about this is you can eventually, if you keep building and building and building your business, you can eventually exit your business for a fat payday. So the more profit your business is making, the more your business is worth, the more somebody else is going to buy it for. For example, let's say your business is making 3 grand profit a month. It's in the range of being worth anywhere from $90,000 to $150,000. Like that's what someone will pay for. That's what the valuation of the business is. If you just sacrificed and you could get your business to 9K profit a month, now your business is worth, what is that? Anywhere from $270,000 to $450,000. The way that the profit is calculated on your business is, at least with Amazon business, it's anywhere from 30 times your monthly profit or 50 times your monthly profit, depending on how good your business is and how much potential growth there is for the future buyer. So that's, in my opinion, that's a good enough reason to want to keep reinvesting back into the business and then focus on getting a massive payday once you sell the business. And that could be within 2 years. I mean, it only took me 2 years. Sorry guys, I got a little long-winded there, but to sum it up, if you want to build a successful Amazon business, it takes time, it takes effort, but the rewards are well worth it. I don't know many other businesses where you can just start part-time on the side and sell for multiple 6 figures within a few months. So the potential is massive. But at the end of the day, it depends on you. It depends what your goals are. If you're just looking for a cash flow business to pay yourself every month, you can also do that as well. So totally depends on you and your goals. At the end of the day, just stay committed to your goals and eventually you'll hit them. So I'll just leave it at that and I'll see you guys in the next video.